Hello everyone. Welcome to IAS. Let's discuss today's prelims topics. Question 1. Consider the following statements about biological diversity amendment bill recently in news. 1. Biological diversity refers to all kinds of life forms, animals, plants and microorganisms, their gene pools, and the ecosystems that they inhabit. 2. The amendments aim to encourage Indian systems of medicine like Ayurveda, attract more foreign investment in the preservation and commercial utilization of India's biological resources, and simplify and streamline processes so that it is easy for everyone to comply with its provisions. 3. Certain categories of users of biological resources, like practitioners of Indian systems of medicine, have been exempted from making payments towards the access and benefit sharing mechanism. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The answer is C. The bill passed recently makes several amendments to the 2002 Act addressing most of the concerns raised by the practitioners of traditional systems of medicine, the seed sector, and the pharmaceutical industry. Certain categories of users of biological resources, like practitioners of Indian systems of medicine, have been exempted from making payments towards the access and benefit sharing mechanism. Companies registered in India and controlled by Indians are now treated as Indian companies even if they have foreign equity or partnership, thereby reducing the restrictions on them. Provisions have been included to speed up the approval process in cases of use of biological resources in scientific research or for filing of patent applications. The penalty provisions for wrongdoing by user agencies have been rationalized. Question 2. With reference to UNESCO's Asia-Pacific Cultural Heritage Award, consider the following statements. 1. The objective is to motivate the protection of cultural heritage sites, which are initiated by any individual organization under the private sector or institutional organization. 2. 2022 Award of Excellence was given to Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyaya Junction Railway Station. 3. 2022 Award of Merit was given to Behanaga Station, Bhubaneswar. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The answer is A. The 2022 Award of Excellence was given to Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Vastu Sangrahalaya Museum, Mumbai. The 2022 Award of Merit was given to Byakula Station, Mumbai. The awards consist of 5 categories: Award of Excellence, Award of Distinction, Award of Merit, Honorable Mention, Award for New Design in Heritage Contexts. Question 3. Consider the following statements about the Miocene epoch. 1. Earliest major worldwide division of the Neogene period, 23 million years to 2.6 million years ago, that extended from 23 million to 5.3 million years ago. 2. The Miocene followed the Pliocene epoch of the Paleogene period and was succeeded by the Oligocene epoch. 3. By the end of the Miocene epoch, almost all the modern groups of whales had appeared, as had the early seals and walruses. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The answer is B. The Miocene followed the Oligocene epoch of the Paleogene period and was succeeded by the Pliocene epoch. Question 4. Consider the following statements about International Day for the Conservation of the Mangrove Ecosystem. 1. The day is observed every year on 28 July to raise awareness of the importance of mangrove ecosystems as a unique, special, and vulnerable ecosystem. 2. Mangroves are salt-tolerant plants of tropical and subtropical intertidal regions of the world. 3. While the Sundarban mangrove forests are the largest mangroves in the world, Tamil Nadu's Pichwaram mangrove forests are the second largest in the world. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The B. The day is observed every year on 26th July to raise awareness of the importance of mangrove ecosystems as a unique, special, and vulnerable ecosystem. Mangroves contribute to the well-being, food security, and protection of coastal communities worldwide. Moreover, they support rich biodiversity and act as a habitat for fish and crustaceans. Mangrove is a combination of the Portuguese word mang and the English word grove. According to the Forest Survey Report 2021, the total mangrove cover in the country is 4,992 sq km. An increase of 17 sq km in mangrove cover has been observed as compared to the previous assessment of 2019. The top 3 states showing mangrove cover increase are Odisha, 8 sq km, followed by Maharashtra, 4 sq km, and Karnataka, 3 sq km. The major mangroves in India include the Sundarban groves, Mahandi mangroves, Krishna Godavari mangroves, mangroves of Gujarat, Ratnagiri mangroves, Goa mangroves, Kaveri Deltaic mangroves, Krishan Godavari mangroves, and the Andaman Nicobar mangroves. Q5. Consider the following statements about Panama Canal. 1. The Panama Canal is an artificial waterway connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans across the Isthmus of Panama. 2. Before its construction, ships traveling between the east and west coasts of the American continents had to go around Cape Horn in South America, an 8,000 nautical miles long voyage, which took 2 months. 3. Colombia, France, and later the UK controlled the territory surrounding the canal during construction. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The answer is B. The Panama Canal has 3 locks that raise vessels to a higher altitude and then lower them to sea level once on the other side. The Panama Canal works as a water bridge in which ships are elevated at about 85 feet above sea level by a locks system. Colombia, France, and later the United States controlled the territory surrounding the canal during construction. Question 6. Consider the following statements. 1. The 13th Amendment to Sri Lanka's constitution was made after the signing of the Indo-Sri Lanka Accord between Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi and President J.R. Jayawardene on 29 July 1987 in Colombo. 2. The Indo-Sri Lanka 1987 Accord aimed at amending the constitution to transfer some powers to the governments of the country's 9 provinces, thereby finding a constitutional solution to the civil war. Which of the above statements is correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. Both. D. None. The answer is C. The 13th Amendment to Sri Lanka's constitution was made after the signing of the Indo-Sri Lanka Accord between Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi and President J.R. Jayawardene on 29 July 1987 in Colombo. Under the 1978 constitution, Sri Lanka had a unitary government with all powers in the hands of the centre. The Tamil minority in Sri Lanka was concentrated in the northern and eastern provinces, and the struggle for rights and greater autonomy here had flared up into the long and bloody civil war between the Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam, LTTE, and the Sri Lankan government, with some other groups also involved. The 1987 Accord aimed at amending the constitution to transfer some powers to the governments of the country's 9 provinces, thereby finding a constitutional solution to the civil war. After the accord, The Constitution underwent the 13th Amendment to allow the devolution of power to provinces. Apart from the devolution of power, the accord had other clauses, such as Tamil and English being adopted as official languages along with Sinhala, lifting of emergency on the eastern and northern provinces by 15 August 1987, surrender of arms by militant groups, and general amnesty to political and other prisoners now held in custody under the Prevention of Terrorism Act and other emergency laws. The accord also says that the Government of India will underwrite and guarantee the resolutions and cooperate in the implementation of these proposals. Thus, Tamil groups in Sri Lanka have appealed to India multiple times to make sure the accord is implemented fully, including earlier this month, before Vikram Singh's visit. Question 7. What is a gig economy? 1. The gig economy is based on flexible, temporary, or freelance jobs, often involving connecting with clients or customers through an online platform. 2. The gig economy can benefit workers, businesses, and consumers by making work more adaptable to the needs of the moment and the demand for flexible lifestyles. 3. The gig economy can have downsides due to the erosion of traditional economic relationships between workers, businesses, and clients. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The answer is C. Question 8. What is a no-confidence motion? 1. The no-confidence motion signifies that one or more members of Parliament have lost confidence in the appointed government. 2. It allows the opposition to challenge the government's majority and ability to govern, and if passed, the government must resign. 3. Any member of the Lok Sabha can move a no-confidence motion, but it must be supported by at least 25 members of the House. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None. The answer is B. Any member of the Lok Sabha can move a no-confidence motion, but it must be supported by at least 50 members of the House. The motion must be in writing, signed by the member moving it, and then submitted to the Speaker of the Lok Sabha on a sitting day. The member must provide written notice of the motion before 10 a.m., and the Speaker will read it out in the House. Indira Gandhi faced the most motions, 15, during her tenure as Prime Minister. Thank you, everyone. Do subscribe to this channel. Use code SPLIVE to join Unacademy.